Morning, Wayward Walker here on a Wednesday by myself today because I am on an explore and I am looking for the old Connecticut path. Now, I've been here before. Let's see what I'm going into, by the way. I was here a couple weeks ago, still snow on the ground, and it was not an easy task to get through here. And we won't get into all the issues, but ahead of us on the other side of this mess, there is a massive stone structure. And my mission today, and I have seen it, my mission today is to see what that is and see if it, supposedly, what I've read, it might be part of the old Connecticut path, which went from basically Boston to Windsor, Connecticut. And it was used in the 1600s and earlier by Native Americans as sort of the main trail across the two states, Massachusetts and Connecticut. So I'm going to see what we can find, or see if I could find the, I don't think it's part of the road, this wall, because, well, I'll point it out when we get there, but it's, I just don't think it is. So now what I'm going to try to do is that I could not find the actual path the other time I was here. And that's what I'm looking for today, see if I can find it as well and figure this out. So we're going to be moving on here. I'm not going to film all my walking today and everything. Then maybe after this, we're going to go up to, we're in Westford, Connecticut, Ashford, Connecticut. And we're going to go back up down the road a little bit because I also found that there may be a site, a CSL site up there. I'm going to go try to find that. And I'm probably not going to hike it today, but I probably will go see if it looks like it's a possibility, and I'll certainly go back. Anyway, stick around, and I'll be back. We're out of the mess. As you see, there's a wall over here. There's a cross wall there. That is a very wide wall as well. And just see the other one of us. What was I going to say? Oh, it's a wide wall as well. As is this. Now, I first came across mention of this in a YouTube video on the old Connecticut path. And the gentleman who made the video said that, remember this pile, said he had read that this was this was used to cross this swampy area in front of us, and that's why this is built up like that. And he had read about this in a old book written in 1940, the history of this wall, history of the Connecticut path. It was mentioned in there that in this part, on this part of the trail, the path is built up with stones so that to cross this over here, across the swamp. I found that book actually and read it. I found the reference he was talking to, and I have a different take on it, because I don't think it was built up this high. It just says flat stones were placed to kind of shore up a little bit, get over the mud. All right, but here's part of it. Now it's going to corner off up there. That's the part that supposedly was the road. Now, this is probably, I measured it the last time, 4 feet across. Now, the problem I have with this being a road, and this isn't, well, the whole thing, you'll see, unless people have been taking rocks out of there, that would not be a very easy road to cross on a horse, as some of this road was used for. Some of the people use the road were on horseback, and then later it was used, and then it kind of progressed as all roads do, wagons and carts and stuff like that all came and used it. Well, they wouldn't be good over that. All right, so this is, you can't see it yet, but right over in there is going to be the corner. I'm trying to find an easier way to get there. Coming across this wall. This connects onto that other section that we're going to get to. And obviously this was not used as a trail. And there's nothing here that looks like it was a very well-used old trail. No, not that I'm doubting that the path, Connecticut path, can come through here. I'm not thinking that it went over this stone wall we're going to come to. Which says to me, if not, what is it? What is this big stone wall? All right, I'm going to put you down. Trying to find an easy way down. I think if I go over that way, then come around. Because it's very swampy, a lot of thorns, which is why I came. I wanted to hurry up and get here before everything is green. Because when that happens, I'm definitely not get through. At least now I can kind of pick my way. But we'll be back. Now, still along that wall. And also, in that video I watched, he says that this was the old trail, the old road path, which it could possibly have been. I didn't see this the last time. But rewatching his video, if they come along this wall, you can see where it's kind of worn down. This obviously is washed out by a stream that comes through here, which probably wasn't here at the time. Well, there's a lot of erosion. So that could very well, this could have been part of the old trail. And the highway is right up at the top of this hill over here. And I did look at that on my way in, where there was an old road, very well used old road, that comes out on to the highway. And whether that is the old trail as well, I don't know. This is very eroded. Some kind of drainage pipe that's certainly helping the cause. All right, so I'm going to continue down there. We are basically headed west. In that direction is the Great Wall of Westford, as the guy in the other video calls it. I'm still picking my way through, so I'll be over there and be back to you. All right, a little further to the north of where I wanted to be. The big wall's over there somewhere. I just got onto a little more solid ground, and this is the road. So I'm going to go down here. This is the wall right there. So I know this is going to come to a river. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to cross it. There's a crossing, possibly a bridge, and possibly a stone crossing where the Native Americans put stones across it. Across the river that way. I'm going to go to the wall first, and I'm going back to the other side of the see. Trying to get through here the other day. It was all ice. Now it's all mud, but now I have a deer. And I'm gonna walk. You can see, and this is a large wall. We're going 3 to 4 feet high. And 4 or 5 feet wide, depending. Well built. And I will go to the east end. Now, this could have possibly been used to travel on. It's not as bad as the other one was. But the question is, why did they make such a sharp 90-degree turn up there? Because, no, this would make sense. It's not to me, anyway. I'm going to go all the way to the end or not. And the other issue I have with this, being a road, we're not going to see it until we maybe come back. I'll try to get by there. But at that end, like I said, it's the road makes a right angle, and there's no way to get up on this wall without climbing up it, like I had to do over there and just back here. So that's why I don't think it's a wall. When I get down to the other end, it's the same thing. Plus, there's no path that continues. So right now, I'm just going to turn you off for a second. I'm going to give this a half-ass measurement as I walk down it. See how far I go. So hold on. All right, so I'm heading down it. And this is obviously, it could have been used as a road. It's, was somebody had taken the time to do that, make this into a road? I don't know. Build this up like this. I mean, I suppose it was an important way to get through, important trail to get around, but somebody taking the time to do this. And the other thing, if you can notice, swamp on that side. And that's a little better over there, but it certainly doesn't look like it was ever cleared a lot. Where did all these rocks come from? I don't know. But we're going to keep going. Get to the other end. Again, this thing's massive. And well built. This is some little keystone type thing in there too as well. So over there is the other road. I think it's a road. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the end of the wall. I've been over that way. I did not find any evidence of another trail. I did not find any evidence of a trail in front of me. So I'm going to head that way. Then head to the river. See if I can find a place where it was crossed. And according to, again, that video that I watched, I'll link it. I'm going to link it to this one. But that video I watched, very clearly on the other side of the river, you could see that there's definitely an old road there. In fact, according to the video, you can see where it branches off in two different directions. One was evidently easier than the other or something. Checking myself for ticks after this one. Now right here. Obviously we got a tree came down. A little rough on this end. But if this was in fact built 1600s, 1700s, 300 years ago, in good shape. And if it wasn't part of the road, what was it for? I mean, even a farmer would take the time to do this. Right, there's a house over there. Right, so this tree is the end of it. Turn it off for a second and see how far I went. Alright, so that's about a quarter mile. So it almost looks like the wall is going to continue this way. It was going to be the same type of wall. Again, would there have been a right angle like this? An angle? And the wall just comes to nothing. And I don't see evidence of a road here on the side yet. But again, this has been kind of collapsed. I don't see, and by the way, that almost looks like an old road there too. But I think that's just a side, this, maybe that was a field. Maybe that wasn't flooded that bad before, like it is now. I suppose they could have, if the tree probably wasn't here, I suppose they could have gone down this way. What I'm going to do is follow along this wall a minute, see what's up here. But again, I don't see anything that looks like an old path. It's the jungle of Mount Laurel. So actually, I think I'm going to go this way, south. And have a look up here. I think I came to come through this way the other day. As you can tell, the wall just continues. Oh, there's some stacked stones here. We need the books that way. Yeah, over there. Another camera. I'm going to take a picture of this. And then we are going to kind of work our way along over here and see if the road went this way. We'll be back to the south. That wall kind of fizzles out. It also looks like there could have been a road in the middle of that. Get over there. We're kind of wet. Let's see. I was trying to see if I can get across, get around this Mount Laurel jungle. Now, I know if I keep heading west, I said I was just heading west, I was heading south. When I come to the river, a very large, high ledge. Well, let's just say I had a little difficulty over there. See, this is all new to me because I didn't come down this way. So I will get to the river and best I can follow along the river. See if I can find that crossing, which should be easy enough to spot. And then I'm hoping if I do that, as you can tell, this plant is constantly evolving here. If I can find a crossing, I may be able to trace where the road was. this. The whole road. See how far I can get. Well, hopefully I'm not going to regret doing this, but I'm going to head into the jungle here a bit. See where it takes me. So that will be just game trails. But I'll be back. Okay, I can hear it, but I'm almost at the river. And that was the easiest Mount Laurel jungle I ever got through. Okay, now I'm further south than I was the last time I was here. Because I'm actually going to be able to get down to the river without going up a very steep embankment. And although it was easy to get through the Laurel, I don't think it was the road. The other thing is I've also tried to find access to the other side of the river, but I could not find it. I drove up around this area and through the road where this is supposed to come out. I could not find the actual entrance. I don't know if there's a trail. This is interesting here. Obviously you can see that wall. Yeah, cross that way. Yeah, okay. You see that wall there? Is this a good bridge maybe? There it is. I couldn't find access from the other side. Or see a trail that would have gone along there, although like I said, it does show up distinctly. I know we have a mill. It does show up distinctly in the video. I looked at satellite pictures, I looked at my LiDAR thing. This definitely was something. I think this was a mill. I didn't hear anything about this. It don't look like there's a dam. Definitely not a road coming down that way. Get some pictures here. There we go. That's the kind of stuff I have to try to last time. Go to the other side here though. Somewhere. That was definitely something. There's a dam, there's a mill here. Let's see here too. There's something. There's the break room. Alright, I'm going to snap some photos. I've got another camera with me. And you'll be able to, I'm going to blog about this on my waywardwalker.blogspot.com blog as well. But I'm not finished with you. We'll be back. I'm back. It does not look like there's a mill pond here though, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be some kind of a mill. This is the Mount Hope River, by the way. And this is very flat. There was definitely, I mean, this sign still something here. It almost looks like that could have been some kind of a road over there, but I don't know. If I can get up there, cross the river somewhere, certainly try, but we don't want to go swimming. So I'm headed to northbound along the river. I know up here I'm going to be coming to, I think I have to climb up along the ridge. Up on the ridge, see if I can find a path up that end. Way up there I see a wall. Nothing else here. So it's pretty much all ice. No, there's not look like a crossing spot there. Not along the river, you know how much like the river is anyway. Wall up there. And as I was saying, I looked at the topo maps. I did not see a mill, but I may be down further than I was looking. I don't see any trails on that side, or I could see on the CalTOP or the LiDAR, I did see the walls. That's one way I was able to find out where it was. It's actually very interesting on the LiDAR map. I'll put a screenshot of it and put it in the blog post. I've come to the end of the line where I'm going to walk along the bank and I'm going to have to climb. But let's just see what's down here. Again, there's nothing indicates there was a road here. There is a trail here. You know, in the video that I keep maintaining, it was very evident that there's a trail and a crossing. The trail's on the other side, so remember that we have to wagon ruts kind of up the bank on the other side. And if I don't find it today, I'm certainly not going to get up looking for the other side of the, when I get over there. I'm only going to go a little bit this way because it will soon be impassable. Well, not impassable, but not impassable for me. It's very steep. Well, the ice is gone. See what's up here. I'm not going to make a stupid move and try to get up it. Yeah, so you can see that's like almost a 90-degree angle going up, and it's steep. Not a pretty sight. Alright, so I'm going to go back this way and head up the top, go along the top of this ridge, head north, and it does go back down. I'm going to see if it comes back to the river. Should. Then I'll follow along that way. I see a stone wall over there. Could be a trail on the other side of that. Or a road. I don't know. Listen, I will go back. Let's look at the maps again. Just put it on that side. I love this whole area. There's so much history here. Alright, turn you off. do some climbing. Yeah, I moved up north along the river. You can see I'm still on a pretty steep banking. It's interesting over there. The rocks. A waterfall up there. And back in the Mount Laurel jungle. It's probably doable. I could get down there, coming over that way, but no more stupid decisions. I want to get down there a lot, but to get back up. We're gonna follow along this way. There are game trails and stuff through the jungle here, but I don't have a dog. So he's not pulling me underneath all the stuff as he tends to do. I remember coming by this tree here. Mushroom on it. This is the way that I came out. I'm hoping I come up with some conclusive evidence today. So what this was the road, or something else. Seeing that it's almost all square. Yeah, they'll tell me it probably wasn't. Look at me out here. Probably just all built by someone with nothing else to do, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Not gonna rule it out. Guess I'll find some conclusive evidence. I think this is as far as I came up the river the last time. I recall, I think I had to crawl all along that slope there. And I mean crawl, because I couldn't stand. But that's that, you know. But definitely no evidence of a whole road. Alright, I'll be back. Well, I'm getting a workout today, but it's okay. Further along the river. A game trail headed back down towards the river level. Outside of our road. So I'm going to be kind of crossing. Feel free to comment if you see something. I don't know what you're seeing, what do you think it is? Any walls anywhere in here that I can see. Once again, in the Laurel jungle. It's kind of interesting over there, but I think it's way too steep on this side, so that doesn't pass it. Tried to get on my maps, see what the terrain looks like, but there's no signal down here. Where's that? I'm assuming that this is not private property because I've not seen any posted signs. Not sure how much farther I'll go up. Interesting boulder over there though. I'll go back, I'll turn around, I'll get back to that wall. And up along the north side of it. See if I see any areas of the road through there. Trying to look at the LiDAR map. That really shows you the terrain. You can tell by looking at it how steep it is. I'm trying to, I don't know where they're coming up to up here, but I'll find out the highway. Alright, switch off. Head up a little further. See what I'm seeing? That looks like a road here. And down to the river. And I just looked at the map. And the actual road doesn't show up. This is it right here. Yep, we found it. That's the crossing. It was summer and 80 degrees out, I would attempt the crossing, but this is what I saw in the video. There's a spool of water there for something. But you see, the road goes up there and it's going to split. Some of it goes that way, some of it goes that way. We're not that far from the road, crossroad. But according to the map, that road up there is going to take us to the Nipmuc Trail. If you Jack and I just hiked that section up too long ago, I think we'll just do a video of that. Well, I could definitely cross here. I'm not going to busy. If I fall in, I'm not that far from the truck, so I still won't fall in. But this is it, we found it. So now, we're going to go back and see if this road reaches back to that wall. I don't think it's going to, but we never know. So we'll be back. Head along the old road. Definitely see it was used. See where it takes us. There's a wall up here. There's a house not far that way. Hopefully we can keep going. That was all logged over there. But I'll say that is definitely the crossing. Crossing. A little straight. So this is all being logged. Hmm. The road is up there, the main road. Let's see what this brings us. Building right here, so let's go this way. But if this takes us to the highway or a road, it's much easier access. Through here, than it was when we came in. And on the right, the road that I saw on the way in, driving in, is right across the highway. This looks like it might be somebody's driveway up here or something. Hopefully we can get through here without a problem. Oh, that's somebody's house, but it's definitely abandoned. Or never finished. It's sad. Good place. So this is the road. Come on. Well, let's go this way. I don't see the highway now. Thought it did. Actually, probably should check my map. Yeah, it should be right there, up this hill, I think. Came in over that way. But I'm 90% sure. Ducks up there. There he goes. I'm 90% sure that that stone structure was not part of the road. Now, whether this is still, this was actually paved at one time. Whether this is still a Connecticut path, that I don't know. But let's see where it takes us. And hopefully it's not posted. Okay, I'm going to turn around. Now, highway's right up there. Interesting. Huh. I think I was just done. I think that's where we going in. Yeah. See that wall? Oops. Way over there. Nice tree fort. I don't say there really aren't any kind of relics. Most of the relics or anything up here. No, I'll take that back. I don't know what the mess is. Some kind of sheds. Lean-tos. Alright, so I'm coming to somebody's backyard, I think. Highway should be right up there, top of this hill. Don't see anything, looks like a road over there. We'll find out. We'll be back. Alright, I cut across. headed south, back to where it was before. It'd be pretty hard to convince me. You can see there's a wall up there. The other wall I can see through the woods down there. You have to convince me that this was the trail. I don't kill myself. This could be a stupid decision. Let's see. Nope. This is where we were. Truck's right up there. It's definitely not a trail. It was not a long road through there. So, this is the one we crossed, I think. Both of them. Even this. I don't know. Not screaming. Oh, to me, I'm not going to go down there and go through all that mess to get to the end of it, but trust me when I tell you, I believe I have a picture of it. The last trip here, nobody was driving a wagon or riding a horse up to the top of that wall. So, to wrap this up, well, I'm going to take a ride, just about maybe a mile or two from here. See if I can find that CSL, probably CSL. I came across it in the NERA database, which is severely lacking in any kind of details for anything. And what little directions I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. And if I do, I'll be back. Then, or I'll be back anyway when I say goodbye. Yeah, I forgot there was a piece of an old rusted relic here, a piece of farm machinery. Let's take a load of fill or something. Alright, so back to the truck. Heading up the hill, through the thorns. We'll be back. Yeah, I just followed those directions. And I just saw something that caught my eye, off the side of the road here. I think we found what we could be looking for, part of it. And this is part of the Yale Forest, which is public. No signs. We definitely have a cairn here. As you can see, very interesting. Quick walk around, see what else is in here. I'm going to take some pictures of this first. And supposed to be a chamber up here somewhere, maybe. Not sure what else. We're going to look. Alright, there's other stuff here besides. Right here, something. Another one right there. I'm going to take a walk up there in a minute. It almost looks like a little trail that's up here. I'm going to go see something over here first. This interesting little hump in the ground. I wonder if this is the chamber. So well, as I said, the near information sometimes tends to be lacking, but I got enough to find this place. Oh, look at that rock over there. Oh, I didn't want to spend a lot of time here, but I don't know. It's a stone row. I'll tell you where I am right now. It's not cultivated already. I'm gonna go look at that. I'm gonna come back here. I'm not sure when, but I will come back now. I know it's here. There's definitely something here. And actually, just went down after I left the other place. I went down. I had to turn around. So I went down this little side road and found another little road, which is actually part of the Nipmuc Trail. So I'm probably gonna go down there at some point. Look at this. There's a glacial attic for you. Split rock. All right, let me pictures. Sorry, I tilted you. I'm 2 for 2 today. There's nothing living there, but all right, so let's see. Stone chamber. If there is indeed a stone chamber here, would be housing inside of some type of a hill, probably facing west or east. Oh no, the other side. This looks almost like a stone circle right here. Behind the ever-present mylar balloon. Interesting. It's like I don't want to say a walkway, but see? And stone prayer. Here. I'm keeping you honest. I try not to keep turning you over. I think there's supposedly a stand over here too somewhere. There's our same cairn. Split boulder. Nothing in the middle. The definitely be back here at some point. I also looked to see if where that road came out, and it's not posted, so we can get back down in there, which we definitely will do. And also another one a little further to the north. That one. And that's not posted, but I couldn't tell if that might have been a driveway or somebody's house. Interesting place right here. Take a walk up this boulder up here. Nope. Not. No stone prayer. So this one. It's gonna be 5, 6 of them here. Right here. Whoever knew would be so exciting to get pictures of rocks. I've lost count how many there are. Interesting how some of them are square, some are just piles. They're definitely not farmers. This definitely Native American. Really need to get going, but just doesn't end. Put over there. There's a wall. Yeah, we're gonna see that wall. If I was a stone chamber, I'd be in that ridge right there, but I'm not a stone chamber, so who knows? It's a trail out. Take a picture of this. Maybe this is a separate video. It's 4 feet high anyway. That one goes up that way. Just interestingly, it doesn't connect this one. It ends right there. No, people know about this. They certainly don't come up and visit it. I don't think there's a lot of activity. Not really a whole lot of anything over here. Oh, you can see it might be an entrance to a chamber. trail I saw from the top over there. Let's go a little further in. I know. It's interesting. I think that's just natural, but still interesting. All right, now we're back to the truck. Definitely has on the list to come back. A very productive day. Get back up the trail. Something all over the way. And I will shut you off, take it back to the truck once I see something. I used to say I'm not back at the truck yet. Kind of following that wall, which is not gone now, but was over there. But came across this interesting one. All along this brook. And I've read that all the brooks and the source, they'll usually find things. I'm not far the source because again, I need to be out of here. But it's much too interesting. Definitely gonna come back here again. All right. Another wall up there. But I'm gonna have to come back. Another stone pile on the wall, Stone Row. Again, it's just farm country. Don't know that. Well, it's farm country, but I don't think it's these walls were built for a farmer. More pictures. Look at that. Beautiful. And look at the end. Got an effigy maybe? It could be. All right, I gotta stop looking. Get back to the truck. All right, you see, I just got back to the road. I have no idea where I parked. He looks like come across a very large foundation. And I don't think it was a barn. I think this was a house. There's an old road here. The sign, I don't know what that says. It says Yale Forest. I hope. This looks like the way into the cellar. It looks like a chimney stack. Couple stone walls. This is Westford Road. Huh. No motorized vehicles. Another interesting road we're going to have to come across. I'm going to check out. Alright, I'm going to work my way back up to the truck. Very interesting place. We're going to be back here. Very productive day. As well as my truck way over there. But I will come back here again. As I said, it is public forest. Yale Forest. We've been here many times. Interesting there too. It could be a foundation, barn foundation. Lots to see in this Yale Forest. And you can see the wall down there where we were. This looks like it was dug out at one time. This looks like there might have been a fire here. See a lot of different trees that are burnt. Then I think this is was a gravel pit or something. Alright, I'm going to shut this off here. Yep, in a minute. Bridge or something. I'll have to be back here. I might make this a separate video, I'm not sure. But we will be back. As I said several times. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anyway, it's the way with Walker. Thanks for coming along. Share, like, subscribe, comment. This tree. All that kind of stuff. And hopefully I'll just keep bringing you these videos. So far, keep our fingers crossed. Everything's working correctly. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time out in the woods.